boys and girls, happy Tuesday. All right, today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2020. Can you believe it's already almost the end of April? It's going to be, what month comes after April? It's going to be May soon. All right, here we go. Go ahead and pause your video so that you can come up with the abbreviation for today's date. All right, check your work. It is 4. 4 stands for April, January, February, March, April, the 4th month of the year. 4/28, because today's the 28th, /2020. Today, I am going to read the story Sheila Ray the Brave by Kevin Henkes. And this author also wrote the story Chrysanthemum. Do you remember in the beginning of the year we read the story Chrysanthemum about a young girl who was in school and her name was Chrysanthemum and the other kids made fun of her for her long name. And so she was a little bit self-conscious about her name, but by the end of the story, she really learned to love her unique name. All right, here we go. Sheila Ray the Brave. Sheila Ray wasn't afraid of anything. Look at, she's kissing a spider. Look at her sister's face. She wasn't afraid of the dark. She wasn't afraid of thunder and lightning. And her little sister says right here, "Are you sleeping, Sheila Ray?" And she wasn't afraid of the big black dog at the end of the block. At dinner, Sheila Ray made believe that the cherries in her fruit cocktail were the eyes of dead bears, and she ate 5 of them. At school, Sheila Ray giggled when the principal walked by. And when her classmate Wendell stole her jump rope during recess, Sheila Ray tied him up until the bell rang. "I am very brave," Sheila Ray said, patting herself on the back. Here she is giggling when the principal walked by. And here's Wendell that she tied up. Sheila Ray stepped on every crack in the sidewalk without fear. When her sister, Louise, said there was a monster in the closet, Sheila Ray attacked it. And she rode her bicycle no-handed with her eyes closed. Yeah, Sheila Ray," her friends yelled, clapping their hands. One day, Sheila Ray decided to walk home from school a new way. Louise was afraid to. "You're too brave for me," Louise said. "You're always such a scaredy cat," Sheila Ray called. "I'm not," whispered Louise. Sheila Ray started off skipping. "I am brave," she sang. "I am fearless." She stepped on every crack. She walked backward with her eyes closed. She growled at stray dogs and bared her teeth at stray cats. And she pretended that trees were evil creatures. She climbed up them and broke their fingers off. Snap, snap. snap, snap. Sheila Ray walked and walked. She turned corners. She crossed streets. It suddenly occurred to Sheila Ray that nothing looked familiar. Uh-oh. Sheila Ray heard frightening noises. They sounded worse than thunder. She thought horrible thoughts. They were worse than anything she had ever imagined. I am brave, Sheila Ray tried to convince herself. I am fearless. The sounds became more frightening. The thoughts became more horrible. Sheila Ray sat down on a rock and cried. Help, she sniffed. She thought of her mother and her father and Louise. Mother, father, Louise, she cried. Here I am, a voice said. Louise! Sheila Ray hugged her sister. We're lost, Sheila Ray said. No, we're not, said Louise. I know the way home. Follow me. Louise stepped on every crack. She walked backwards with her eyes closed. She growled at stray dogs and bared her teeth at stray cats. And she pretended that the trees were evil creatures, and she jumped up and broke their fingers off. Snap, snap, snap. Sheila Ray walked quietly behind her. They walked and walked. They crossed streets. They turned corners. Soon their house could be seen between the trees. Sheila Ray grabbed Louise and dashed up the street. When they reached their own yard and the gate was closed behind them, Sheila Ray said, Louise, you are brave. You are fearless. We both are, said Louise. And they walked backwards into the house with their eyes closed. The end. All right, here's your challenge for the day. I want you to retell this story, Sheila Ray the Brave, to someone in your family or someone that's at your house. So you're going to tell them who the main characters were, where the setting was, so where the story took place, and then I want you to tell them what happened in the beginning of the story, the middle of the story, and the end of the story. So that's your challenge. Go retell this story, Sheila Ray the Brave, to someone in your family or someone that's at your house. All right, boys and girls, I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I will see you tomorrow for another video and story.